I told everybody and their freaking mom that the DLC season pass was not going to have GT, Dragon Ball, and movie characters. I made a video previously and I said that it makes more sense that the characters in the DLC would come from other Super that wasn't in the game and Daima. Now I said Super in general, but as it turns out, the season pass, as far as season pass DLC 1, 2, and 3, will include 20 plus playable characters from Dragon Ball Superhero and Daima. They let it be known right away, but what has the community been saying since day one? Oh, GT's gonna be DLC. I don't think they're gonna put... Now, I'm not saying they could still not put the characters in, if you know what I mean, but at the same time, what has everybody and their mom been saying since day one? They're gonna make this DLC. They're gonna make this DLC. They're gonna make this DLC. Oh, looks like at the current moment they're not making that DLC. Now, I find it interesting that they're going to give us 20 plus characters spanned off of 3 DLC packs. So let's say they give us 24 characters in total. That would mean somewhere between 8 characters per DLC drop. We can easily kind of predict what characters we can expect from the DLC pass. So if they give us like almost like a half of Daima and Superhero, we can at least guess all the relevant characters from Sparking, my bad, I said Sparking Zero, from Superhero that's going to be in the game. We can guess the characters that's going to be in from Superhero, such as Gamma 1, Gamma 2, that's obvious, Ultimate Gohan, you know, Beast Gohan, yeah, like that makes sense. But then that also lets us know something. We ain't going to see Orange Piccolo or any of that in the base game. Piccolo kind of got cucked if you really think about it. Like, where's his transformations at? Sheesh. But besides the DLC, I do want to bring something up. Now, since we still seen that whole 164, it does still bring up the likelihood that if they decide to do a season pass 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then maybe perhaps if GT isn't in the base game, they try to come back and say, hey, we didn't give you GT. But then my original point is that their initial aim with season pass would not be to try to resell you back characters that you didn't get in the base game. Their aim would be to sell you characters that weren't playable in the game at all, so that way they can make money. The whole point to the season passes and DLC is to generate money. New is always better. If you don't understand that concept, you either don't know how to run a business, and if you, for some weird exception, do have a business and you don't follow that principle, I'm curious to know, how is your business doing currently right now? You can look at businesses like McDonald's, Burger King. They're constantly trying to experiment and introduce new things so that they can get more customers or returning customers. If new always is better wasn't a real thing and something to live by, then companies would do the same tried and true thing, or they would try to go off of hypeness 24/7, but that's not how this works. So I just wanted to be known that it says 20 plus playable characters. It has Daima and it has Superhero in it. There should be no confusion where someone says, hey, it could still be Dragon Ball, it could still be GT. They're not in the freaking little cutouts. There's no confusion whatsoever. Now, besides that, the season pass does come with a season pass bonus. It says summon Shenron, and you can get, it says early access to the DLCs. So by getting the Ultimate Edition of the game, not only do you get the season pass characters, but you also get early access to them, and you can play this game 3 days early, Ultimate Edition, and this is only the digital game only. So the other thing I want to quickly kind of point out, which I find interesting, I really do want to stress this whole DLC thing. They have us getting like customization and stuff, and I'm going to touch up on this in another video. I want to touch up on a lot of things. I want to touch up on the story mode, the what if stuff, customization. Why is there different Shenrons? Is there something going on there? Do you get early access to the Dragon Balls? What will the Dragon Balls do? It's a lot of things to talk about. However, the main component to this video is that, wow, as of right now, we don't know if they're going to try to sell this DLC of characters from the Tournament of Power that didn't make it, or characters from Dragon Ball Super base that didn't make it. And same thing for Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball. Now, again, just to play devil's advocate, let's say GT doesn't make it. Will they ever feel the need to sell us these characters in the future? Of course, if people beg for it, but I am more willing to believe that they're going to find a way to put GT in the game, considering that they're not going to put the remaining part of Super, which is from Superhero, into the game. So this definitely gives us an opportunity. We won't have to worry about a million bazillion Gohans just yet. Same thing with the Piccolos. So we'll have plenty of room, hopefully, for some of the GT characters. And I'll be willing to bet that we'll see GT characters sooner rather than later. I mean, because at this point, if we don't, I'm going to have to go crazy. But the reason why I wanted to bring this up in the first place is because I feel as though that when I talked about DLC later on, people were like, no, it's going to be DLC. But now you're being told fully that Daima and Superhero is DLC. We don't know what Daima's going to have. Daima could have like a cool ass character and that's it. But I will say this. If they're mentioning Daima, that means they know what Daima has, and we're going to see it later on. So really, I'm really hyped for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I'm going to be getting the game. Now, if you made it to this part of the video, once we get to 10,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, I will be doing a giveaway for the biggest version of the game. Since it's digital, your platform of choice, but the way in which case we're going to do this giveaway is if we get to 10,000 before October 11th, 2024. Do I think we're going to be able to do it? No, but you know what? If we do it, you guys will do a celebration by giving out a free copy of this. So you guys, all you have to do to get that to that number is hit the like button on this, comment down below, interact with the video, share it if you have to, help me out. But that's going to be it for me. I am Makai San. Hit the subscribe button, become a fresh San, and I'll catch you guys later. Oh, and if you want, join the Discord, is in the description.